Alright, this is kind of crazy that I'm even recording this right now. But we have some big news here. We are moving to Florida. What? This is still crazy to even think about right now. We have visited Florida. Our first year was 2015, and we were visiting every other year-ish. And I was noticing that every time we're in Florida, health-wise, I felt so much better. Like, it's insane. The difference between Florida and Washington and how my body feels. I do have several autoimmune conditions, and I just noticed that every time I'm in Florida, I feel better. So, we continued to vacation there, and every one of us fell in love with Florida. That was always where we wanted to go vacation. Well, it was probably 2019 after that trip, I think, where we really kind of started talking more about the potential of living in Florida. And then I started just doing research, looking up different cities, following moving to Florida groups, all that kind of stuff, watching moving to Florida videos, just trying to get a lot of information for quite some time. And then we went down again in end of August 2020. Yeah. And we, again, I noticed a huge difference. I felt much better. All of us just really loved Florida. And then we came back from that, we left that trip, and none of us really wanted to go home. And then, again, started really seriously talking about what does it look like, moving here. Then, Then, we took another trip in April of this year. And this trip was specifically like looking at cities. Can we see ourselves really living in Florida? And that went amazing. None of us wanted to come home. We really liked it. There were several cities we liked. It was harder to find cities, or I guess it was, harder to find cities we didn't like than we did like. There was a lot. So, came back from that trip and really started seriously looking into it. And our big focus was my health, and then also, do you want to come inside? Okay, I gotta let him in. Hang on. It's too cold out there for those peoples with their short fur. Okay, so after our April 2021 trip, we were all like, this is where we want to be. We had such an amazing vacation. The weather was absolutely perfect. You know, we got to go to the beach and do a lot of stuff that normally we haven't done. We have been to the beach before. We have been to the beach before, but this time it was, you know, like we weren't really trying to do any touristy stuff. Just really just enjoy the area. So after our trip, we came back and I really started getting the house ready. There was a lot of work to be done, so at that time we still weren't sure what we were doing, but thinking that, you know, this is what we want, we're really going to seriously look into it. Matt hasn't been happy at his job for quite some time, and has always wanted to like go into a trade or something like that where he's going to have retirement and stuff like that, because right now there's nothing. So and he's maxed out at his job, like he can't move any further, he's just kind of stuck. And if he was to take any other position, he starts over, and we can't start over here. We can't afford to do that here, it's too expensive. So with moving to Florida, it kind of gives us that like start over. It gives us the ability to do that. The housing market also is helping. The fact that you know, our house is worth more than what we purchased it at, so it would give us a chunk of money to be able to survive if for some reason we can't find jobs. We've been finding out that can be tricky when you are out of state. So at least we would have a cushion just in case. So anyways, there's going to be some videos coming. Oh, another thing. So I explained why I want to move. I explained why Matt is wanting to. And the kids. The kids are so sick of the weather here. They're tired of, you know, the constant rain and cold weather. Like, so they have scooters, you know, nicer scooters, nicer skateboards, and they can't use those in the rain because it will ruin their bearings and all, I don't know, all that stuff. So that forces them inside most of the year, and they're sick of it. They're just tired of it. Yes, Florida's going to be hot most of the time, but you could still go out for periods and then come in. When it's raining, you can't. You're stuck inside unless you want to get soaking wet and ruin your equipment, which is not ideal. So that was their big reasoning to wanting to move, as well as mine, and quality of life. Here I am stuck inside 3/4 of the year, and it sucks. I can't go outside without being in pain 3/4 of the year. I want to be out. I want to be able to go, you know, do things and go hiking and just be able to explore and be outside, and I can't do that here, except for a short time. So that's another big reason. Anyways, I'm gonna start filming our home improvement stuff, and you can see our videos of that. And then, you know, excuse the mess because it's going to be crazy getting all of it ready to go, and pulling everything out, organizing everything, cleaning everything, painting. I mean, there's just so much. So it's going to be messy. But hopefully you'll join us, and we'll see. Fingers crossed that this will be, the end result will be us in Florida. Bye.